And today I'm going to discuss another research problem which was given to 6th semester students. The topic of this research study was investigating writing errors of different levels of students of private and government sector schools and colleges in district Abbottabad. Actually, I'm trying to guide you about chapter number 4. Okay, how to present data in chapter number 4. So, 5 students were assigned this research project. They were told to give writing tasks to different level of students, okay, and then they were tasked to collect data, and then the objectives of the study were to investigate. Let me show you the objectives first. So these were the objectives: to find out which type of error, that is lexical, grammatical, mechanical, rhetorical, is committed by different levels of students. So this was the first objective. Second objective was to find out which gender, that is male and female, makes more error. And the third objective of the study was to find out which population, that is students of private schools or government schools, okay, private schools or government school make more errors or less error, whatever it was, and to ascertain which level of students, that is matric, intermediate, BS, commit more errors. So population was varied, and level of students were also varied. Now according to these objectives, 4 hypotheses were developed, okay, like government sector students make more writing errors than private students. This was one of the hypotheses. This could be, so you were given free hand to make any hypothesis, formulate any hypothesis. Percentage of mechanical error is more than other types of writing errors. It's an hypothesis, so you have to investigate whether it is true or it is not true. Female students tend to make greater errors than male students. It can be incorrect. After the data analysis, it can be incorrect. So these were objectives and hypotheses. Now let me show you. You were supposed to have entered data into a table, consolidated table like this. Now, as I just want to guide you about how to present data in chapter number 4, so let me take you to chapter number 4. Okay, see, this is chapter number 4 of your research report. Chapter number 4, as you can see here, chapter number 4, results and discussion. So as I keep telling each research study group that every chapter has a brief introduction, okay. So you can say this chapter presents results of the study. Different tables, bar graphs and pie charts show comparisons based on gender, sector, type of error and class level. Okay, first of all, you could show your results like you can say total number of errors made by students of matric, intermediate and BS students. So you can give or insert this table. As you can see here, that this column shows sector, that is private, government, and this shows matric, okay, class level. So matric students, as can be seen here, they were 8 in number. You were asked to give type some writing task, that is an essay, to matric students, and 4 students from private sector and 4 students from government sector. You were asked to select 2 male students and 2 female students from private sector, and the same ratio should be observed in private sector, government sector. So these are errors made by matric student 154, and then these were the errors made by intermediate students 73, and these were the errors made by BS students. So after giving a table like this, you can explain the table. Explanation of the table is known as interpreting the data. Okay, you can say table 4.1.1 presents different types of errors committed by students of 3 levels, that is matric, intermediate and BS. Column number 2, okay, this column this column, I am highlighting this column, indicates the sector to which the student belongs. Gender is mentioned in column number 4, okay, this is gender. And columns 7 to 10, these 4 columns, okay, show results of different types of errors such as lexical, grammatical, mechanical and rhetorical. Majority of errors committed by students are those of mechanical errors. So these are mechanical errors 105. Okay. Metric students have made greater errors than intermediate and BS students. So how can we say this? Because based upon data, okay, this number is greater than these other numbers. Okay. So this is how you have presented the data in chapter number 4. Now another analysis can be this one. One of your objectives was to compare or to find out which sector, that is government sector or private sector, makes more error. Okay, so your hypothesis was that government students make more errors than private students. So this data is presented here. So as you can see, errors made by government students, as you can see here, they were 222, and errors made by private students, they were 195. So how did you calculate it from this chart? Okay, there were total 317 errors. So you need to add private sector errors from this chart. Okay, then again private sector errors, these are the errors, and then these errors. Okay, so add them and you will get private students errors. So based upon this data, we can say I have generated this pie chart. So errors made by government students are greater than errors by private students. As can be seen here, the percentage this bluish percentage shows errors made by government students, 53% out of total number of errors, that is 317 errors. So here you have to give title first. Okay, first you have to give a title like this, then you can give this pie chart or bar graph or table, then you have to interpret the data. Interpret the data means you have to explain these two pie charts, etc., or bar graph. Like see, the bar graph, this one, this is known as bar graph, shows the number of errors made by students of government and private sectors. The blue color in the pie chart, this shows the percentage of errors of government sector students, while the brown color depicts the percentage of private school students errors. As is evident that government students have made more errors, that is 53%, than private school students, 47%. This is 47%. This proves the hypothesis true that government students make more errors than private students. This way you have to continue, you need to continue presenting data in this chapter number 4, and at the end you can give a summary of results. So one of the students asked me, sent me a WhatsApp message that how to present data in chapter number 4. So based upon your objectives of the study or your hypotheses, you have to present data here. Now in this section further, you can give data about let me show you other comparisons. Okay, you are now supposed to wait a while. Now you are supposed to give data like which gender. So you need to make a total of errors made by female students and then male students, and then compare them in the form of pie chart or bar graph, and you must give us which gender makes more errors. Okay, same way you can even compare 4 types of errors. Make a total of lexical errors committed by the whole population, and you can calculate or compute, make a total of all the grammatical errors. Here you don't have to consider private or public sector, or you don't have to consider male and female, or you don't have to consider metric, intermediate, etc. You just have to make a total of all the grammatical errors and all the mechanical errors and all the rhetorical errors related to content, and then compare them, that which type of error is committed more than our students. Okay, So 4 types of data you have to present in your chapter number 4. Okay, so this way you will be having a very good chapter number 4. Thank you very much for this video.